Hello and welcome to another episode of Beer Man's Noble Beer Reviews. Today I have another beer from High Branch Brewing Company out of Concord, North Carolina. This beer is called Good Old Days. It is a hazy pale ale. It's brewed with Madarina, Bavaria, Cascade, and Citra. And the description said that this was supposed to be like the sister beer to Pounder. This is, I guess, supposed to be more of an old school take on Pounder, because that's like their mainstay. I shouldn't say mainstay; they don't make it all the time, but that's one of their pale ale that they make consistently, at least. But I think it's kind of interesting because Citra definitely isn't like a super old school hop. It's definitely not a newer hop either. It's kind of in the middle at this point. And Mandarin and Bavaria is kind of newer too, even though it's a German hop. It's still like a newer hop, even though it's made to taste like the older type of hops. But also in the description it said there was a little bit more like Vienna malt and stuff like that in this. So I'm guessing this is supposed to be more somewhat along the lines of a Midwest or West Coast IPA, but it's also hazy, so it's going to be taking all of that into account. I'm assuming it's going to be some sort of hybrid. I hope it works. I expect it to work because these guys make pretty good hoppy beer, so I'm expecting this to be good as well. And it's 5.5 ABV. I think that's the same as Pounder, or it might be a little off, but I'm not sure. This just got released yesterday, so definitely super fresh. So I'm gonna give it a pour and see what we got here. And I will say, like, I am a big fan of using like classic hops with a hazy profile. I think it definitely works if you do it right. So I wasn't trying to like crap on this beer before I opened it, but I just thought it was an interesting take on the description. So it's definitely very, very hazy. It pretty much looks like pineapple juice. Darker golden color, definitely completely opaque, with a small white head. So I don't know how much Cascade is in this. I'm guessing it's very Citra driven, with probably Mandarina and Bavaria being the second most hop that's in this, which makes sense because Citra is citrusy, and then Mandarina and Mandarina, like Mandarin, is supposed to be very orangey, and it is very orangey. So that is definitely what I'm getting out of this. It's very pineapple and orange. It's kind of, if you buy like pineapple orange juice blend at the store, that's exactly what this smells like. Well, so I have two thoughts on this. If they were trying to make something more classic and old school, hence the name Good Old Days, they failed. But if they were just trying to make a really good hazy pale ale, they did a very good job. This is really good. It's been a long time since I've had Pounder, which is unfortunate because I'd said for the longest time that was definitely in my top couple hoppy beers that they made. It's just there's nothing like crazy about it. It was just such an easy drinking hoppy beer, and this kind of falls into that same realm. It has a really nice pineapple orangey juiciness, but there is like and it's not even like normal caramely malts like that Munich malt or Vienna malt that they were talking about. It kind of has like a weedy character. Well, I know so that's the one thing I did leave off, so apologize for that. They said there's a lot of oats in this too, which obviously is going to play into the New England mouthfeel. But it has that nice orangey, pineapple-y flavor, and then it falls into like a doughy, weedy base. And I would say the good thing about it is it's because the alcohol is lower, the bitterness is also lower, but it's also held in check by the sweetness. Like the sweetness isn't over the top either. It all works very well. And this is why I like either lower alcohol hoppy beers, like not ones that are sub 5 because they're usually like hop water, but somewhere between like usually 5.5 and 7.5 is like the sweet spot. So regular IPAs, or this is considered a pale ale, whatever you want to call it, or anything that's like plus 9.5, like the triple IPAs, because anything that falls in the middle, that's what people want. It usually has that hop burn to it. Like there's not enough malt or sweetness to balance out the overlay of hops. With these lighter ones, you have to be careful. You can't be heavy-handed with the dry hopping too much because it'll be super burny. Because the malt bill isn't that big, and then with the triple IPA, you can basically hop it to hell and it doesn't matter. So this is definitely on the lower end of that, but this actually is it's so funny because I think Pounder is actually more traditional than this is, and that's Citra. I think it's Citra, Simcoe, and Centennial, maybe, or maybe just Citra and Centennial. I don't know, but those are like my 3 favorite hops, so that's another reason why I really like that. But this to me is like more juicy than that beer is, and I'm not saying that's good or bad. It's just different. I think they're both fantastic beers. So to say that this is like a sister beer, I think that absolutely makes sense. I don't know if the name of this makes sense, but I don't really care about the name if it's mislabeled. I just care about the quality of the beer, and I think this is great. I mean, the more I drink it, I do get a little bit of something that's old school, like that I would actually probably target as like Amarillo, but this isn't it. That's not in this. But I don't know. I'll still maintain that I think High Branch has the one up on everyone else in the Charlotte area on IPAs, and they're still better than most breweries at a lot of other things too. But specifically IPAs, I think they're the best in the city. And every time they throw out a new one, not every time, but most of the time they throw out a new one, it keeps proving that. And this is a good example of that. So this was $15 a 4-pack, so $3.75 a can. I will buy that all day because I don't care about the alcohol. This is one of the better juicy hoppy beers I've had in a while, to be honest. I think this is great. I would buy this all day. And no reference to the Founders All Day IPA. I'm just saying I would buy this all day and drink this all day. This is a great, great beer. But I think that's all I got in this one. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I look forward to doing the next one. Thanks.